Welcome in, welcome in. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's gambling season, or as they say, college football season. Now, last week, I did not kind of come on and give my picks. It was week zero. I didn't like any games, and so I kind of mailed it in. But this week, we have all kinds of games to go over. I will go over all the big games and tell you where I'm leaning. But more importantly, I'm going to give you my picks, the ones I'm betting on this week. So let's get things going here. Let's go find my chart. There it is. And we start with the first game of week one. My favorite weekend of the year is Labor Day weekend, without a doubt. You've got football Thursday. You've got football Friday. You've got football Saturday. You got football Sunday. You've got football Monday. And then you have 2 days with no football, and then the NFL kicks off the following Thursday. It's a great time to be alive. So the first game, Boise State and South Florida, is a game I love. Boise State has lost a ton of players. And this usually happens with Boise State. They lost Genty, of course, and they lost a ton of players. A lot of unknowns there. And South Florida is actually an under the radar team. Under the radar team. A lot of people are jumping on this line, taking Boise State. They see the ranking. They see South Florida hasn't been that great the last couple of years, and a lot of money coming in on Boise State to cover. I am taking the Bulls. The Bulls, 5:30 p.m. Thursday. Get your bets in early. We're going with the Bulls. We're taking that one right there. All right, so scrolling down here, other games on Thursday uh, that I want to talk about that I like. Not a whole lot there on Thursday as we scroll through. I mean, look at all these games, though. Just the fact all these games. All these games I like. All right, here's a game. Nebraska and Cincinnati. It's a neutral site game. They're playing at Arrowhead Stadium, which means about 98% of the people there being Nebraska fans. They definitely um, they definitely travel well in this one. I like Nebraska this year. I think they're much improved. The -7 though, I do not like. Okay, if you can get a 6.5, I would take the 6.5 for sure on that. Um, the 7, I think, is a little bit too rich for my blood on that right there. So I would stay away from that personally. Also, too, I'll look up here on the Boise State line. You can see Boise State's getting a lot of money coming in their way in terms of their win probability, all those things there. Nebraska. Let me scroll back down here real quick. I just would stay away. I mean, if you get a 6.5, I'm going to jump on Nebraska. So right now, I am not jumping on that at all on those things. So that's for Thursday. Let's go head over to Friday now in college football. What in the world? Come on. Here we go. There we go. All right. So Friday, you got the Black Knights in town and playing. It's Carleton State. There's a battle right there Friday. Let me scroll down here and see. Make sure I'm missing any games. It's a big game. Auburn and Baylor, intriguing game. I'm staying away from there. I'm kind of leaning Baylor. The line was 3. It's now down to 2. A lot of money coming on Baylor right there. I'm going to stay away there. Georgia Tech, Colorado. And Georgia Tech's really good this year. Colorado has a lot of changes coming on as well. I'm going to stay away from that game as well. I probably lean Georgia Tech a little bit on there. UNLV and Sam Houston. Okay, I did have UNLV last week. I made some picks last week for my content. I took UNLV to cover against Idaho State, and they looked horrible. Um, and Sam Houston's really bad too. Now, the betting rule says you should not overreact to what UNLV did last week. They looked horrible, and they'd probably be a good play right now. But I watched that game, man, and they looked freaking just horrible. I just can't. I want to bet UNLV, but I mean, you know what? We're betting UNLV -9. Just we're going straight gambling principle. Okay, they have a game under their belt. They looked horrible. Um, everyone's taking Sam Houston. They're fading the crap out of UNLV right now because they look bad. There's reports that Dan Mullen has been coming late to practice. There's all kinds of bad shit about UNLV right now, and I'm going to go ahead and jump on it because it's a gambling kind of principle rule. We're gonna jump on that right now. So UNLV, USF so far picks on there. Now we get to the big day. The big day, Saturday. Saturday. So Syracuse, Tennessee. I have no feeling on that at all, except that line keeps on going up and up and up and up. I mean, it's at a 14. I mean, if it goes to 14 and a half, I'm going to take Syracuse on that, but I have no feeling on that at all. Um, Mississippi State and Southern Miss. Mississippi State's really, really bad. They're really bad. Um, but so is Southern Miss. I'm leaning the Bulldogs right here, just because I think it's been a long year for them. And a lot of people are kind of picking Southern Miss. This is like the upset alert game, and that's kind of like been the kind of the you know the. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right here on the Bulldogs. You hate taking crappy teams, but I just think it's a good spot right here. The big game, Texas Ohio State. Now, I have no real good feel on this one, but I know a lot of you are in contest for this game as a must pick game. I know I'm in about three contests, and this game is the game of the pick. I hate it because I really have a feel on this. So how I would do this. The best unit on the field on Saturday is Texas defense. Um, both teams have lost a ton of people, a ton of talent. Ohio State's lost a little bit more talent, I believe. Um, Ohio State's home. Now, this has flipped now. Texas is now favored by 2.5. So all the money in the world is coming in on Texas. Okay, this line was 2.5 the other way. Remember, Texas was number one in the country, and they were underdogs. They're the first time number one team has been an underdog in week one, and now they're favorites. That scares me. I was leaning Texas with a 2.5, but now I mean, I don't like this game for a variety of reasons. I think Texas wins. I think Texas wins. If you watched the game last year, um, they did a really good job of limiting Ohio State's off. Ohio State had a offense in the real last year, and now they have a new quarterback this year. And of course, they had the fumble, the scoop and score thing, put the game away. But Ohio State was destroying teams with their offense, except for Michigan, of course. And Texas kind of held them down, and Texas' defense is really good. Um, I would lean Texas here, but to win the game, but now it's just kind of too much. Too much. All right, Kentucky, Toledo. Everyone loves Toledo, and I love Toledo too. And I'm down on Kentucky, but the problem is that everyone now is down on Kentucky. I hate when the public all kind of. I like kind of discovering shit on my own, and it feels like I eyed this game for a while, okay, like 3 months ago, and now like everyone's kind of Toledo, Kentucky's bad. Um, it was 11 at one time, 11 and a half one time. Now it's on 9.5. I'm going to stay away from that right there. But, because, the public has, you always have to be careful of the dog, the public dog. I don't like public dogs. So, betting principle, you take Kentucky right here, but God, I don't think Kentucky is very good. I just don't. I think Toledo's a good team, but I'm going to stay away. So do what you will with that right there. All right, we got some games that are so bad that even points for it aren't up yet. Georgetown and Davidson, really good basketball game, maybe. All right, Boston College and Fordham. Give me a break. We're not betting that one. Let's go down here. What else do we like on Saturday? Penn State, Nevada. I love James Franklin. He covers the damn spread. 44 and a half, a lot of damn points, though. But I would lean Penn State right here. They'll probably cover on that. I'm not going to go and pull the trigger on that, but I like Penn State a lot. Penn State is probably the safest bet to reach the playoffs this year. If you want like a lock for the playoffs, I think they're the safest bet. They may win it all this year too. It may be their year. I got a few other teams I'm thinking about. Um, Alabama, Florida State. Alabama, Florida State. I think Alabama's really good this year. I think they're good. Um, but this game is screaming at you to take FSU because it just sits there. It looks like it's too easy to take Alabama right here. Florida State, a shit show last year. I mean, you know, just looked awful. Alabama is, Alabama, but are they really Alabama? I mean, are they really Alabama? I mean, they're talented, but are they really? Do you trust a new quarterback? Do you trust their new offensive coordinator? I don't know. I think Florida State has a lot of talent. They did a good job in the offseason. I think they've readjusted. I'm not sure they're having a great year this year, but I think they play well Saturday. And this game just screams to me that I'm not sure they're going to win the game. I think they're going to hang around, cover, maybe a backdoor cover, but it screams me. Gambling principle says he's take FSU with the points because no one wants to take FSU with the points. No one does, but I fucking do. Yes, I do. There we go. All right. Come on, computer. All right, Marshall in Georgia. Good Lord. Georgia, ashamed of yourself. Play a real team. All right, man. Arkansas. Let me scroll down here a little bit. All right, what else do I like in here that I had circled on here? Coastal Virginia. Staying away from that one. I got a buddy of mine who is all over Coastal in that game. All right, here we go. The Roadrunners. I love me some Roadrunners. I love me some Roadrunners. They've been good to me in the past. I like to ride the Roadrunners like you wouldn't believe. And I'm not real sold on the Aggies. I'm not real sold on Mike Elko. I also have a good friend who's a Duke grad, and he can't stand Mike Elko right now. So we always talk about the fact that he just wants them to get their ass beat every week. And 24 is a lot of points. A lot of points. A lot of points. And I think UTSA, it's a big game for them. I mean, it's a big game for them. This is they're playing against this is their Super Bowl right here. And they're going to play well. They're going to play hard. I'm not sure eh, if A&M's really going to be hitting on all cylinders. So I'm going to take UTSA, maybe a little backdoor cover. We love those backdoor covers. Give me, give me those road runners. Give it to me. I like those right there. All right. What else do I like? What else do I like? What else do I like? We're going down. LSU Clemson. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you right now. I don't like to share my personal thoughts sometimes on teams. I fucking hate Clemson, and I'm a Gamecock. I mean, I'll tell you, I'm a Gamecock, and I like to. I'm going to be more open about that stuff too, because sometimes I can be biased, and you have to take my opinions on certain games with a grain of salt. Now, I am pulling hard for LSU because my two favorite teams are the Gamecocks. Whoever plays Clemson. It's not an SEC thing. Don't. I'm not SEC. Me pumper. Um, but I I, I don't know. People love Clemson this year. I just they've got all these returning guys back, but man, they couldn't stop their run. They got their new DC, Tom Allen. Do you know that he went to Penn State, and Penn State actually their defense a little bit worse last year than was the previous year. And then Penn State got rid of them and upgraded their DC this year. I don't know if you knew that stuff. And Clemson fans are all happy. We got a new DC, and this is going to be great. I just don't know. They couldn't stop the run last year. Now, LSU couldn't run the ball last year. That's the only issue, okay? And so LSU's a passing team. Clemson does have a good front, good pass rush. I'm not sure if LSU can block them. I'm not sure if Nussmeier is going to have enough time. Um, I don't trust Clemson's offense, but LSU's defense has been piss poor. How much they improved, I have no idea. No clue in this game at all. So I'm staying away from the game. I have no idea. And plus, I've got conflicting thoughts because I want one team to win. I hope LSU wins. Um, I'm not sold on Clemson though either in that. All right, Michigan. I love me some Michigan this year. I love me some Michigan this year. And if you want to do a little future bet, I'm going to take them to cover this game big. Um, Michigan is loaded. Michigan is as talented as they come. The issue is their offense. Last year, they beat Ohio State, they beat Bama. I know that in the bowl game. The bowl games don't mean shit. I get it. I get it. SEC fans, we don't give a shit about the bowl games when they don't mean anything. I get it. Um, Michigan had a historic bad offense for Michigan last year, like one of the worst offenses they've ever had in their life. And now they got Bryce Underwood, the five-star quarterback. I don't know how good he is. He's a five-star quarterback. I've seen some five-star quarterbacks who are shit, absolute shit. Okay. Um, and he's got a lot of pressure on him. He's got a lot of money. He's being the savior, the whole thing. But if he is just average to above average, okay, Michigan is dangerous. They're a good little bet, futures playoff bet. They're a good little national title bet. I mean, if you want to make some money, if you want to kind of have throw out there a team not in the the Georgia, Clemson, Texas, Ohio State kind of grouping, I like Michigan a lot. I like Michigan a lot, and I'm taking them here to win big. I don't think New Mexico scores. Okay, I like that. USC, Missouri State. Missouri State's horrible. USC, and USC, I like them this year. They're not going to win a national title. They're not going to win the Big Ten. Okay, I don't like them like that. But I think they're better. Missouri State's horrible. I think USC pounds the living shit out of them in that game right there. So I'm taking two big spreads right there. I don't like using laying those big spreads, but I'm not sure Missouri State and New Mexico will score combined. They may score like 12 points. Okay, and so I know it's a big number, but if the other team doesn't score any points, you don't have to get that many points to cover the spread. Which you have to worry about is the old pick six, the old scoop and score, and that fucks things up for you. But we're gonna take those lines right there. All right, let's go on down here. BYU in action. Always good to see BYU in action. All right, what else am I missing here? Boop, doop, boop, 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 boo. All right, nothing there. Hawaii's back in that. Look at Cal and Oregon State playing. I don't mind the super conferences, but God, I miss the Pac-10. I miss the old Pac-10. I do. Cal, Oregon State, God bless you for playing. I'm going to watch that game. Two shitty teams, but I'm going to watch that game. I don't give a crap. You can't stop me. Um, Utah, UCLA. Um, I like Utah a lot this year. Utah's really good, under the radar team, not being talked about a whole lot. I think UCLA is still a fucking mess. Um, and that 6 point line does not seem big enough. In the Rose Bowl, um, there's no really home field advantage, man. No one comes. I don't know why. I mean, I'm on late game, late Saturday night. Give it to me right there. I'm taking Utah and that one there. Boom. You throw it down there too. The Utes. All right, let's go to Sunday. We got football all damn weekend long, and we got bets for you like crazy. Let's go to Sunday. All right, Virginia Tech, South Carolina. I'm a Gamecock fan. You guys know that I'm a Gamecock alum. How do I feel about this game? How do I feel about this game? How do I feel with the Gamecocks in general? Now, I have to be honest with you. I'm a little bit concerned about the defense. Now, Virginia Tech's not very good. Um, I would be shocked if the Gamecocks. No, I won't say shocked. If the Gamecocks don't cover, they're probably gonna lose the game. and I don't see how they're going to lose the game. I think that they play really bad to lose the game. Um, but in terms of long term, they're going to have an easy schedule to start things off. Their defense concerns me. Their defense concerns me. They lost a lot of guys on defense. They have a lot of talent on defense still, but that's just talent. It's young and experienced. You know how they're going to play. And I gotta see him. I gotta see him play. I gotta see him play. Virginia Tech won't tell me a whole lot, but I gotta see him play. How they gel. The good news for the Gamecocks is they have a weak schedule to start things off. So if their defense needs to get experience and kind of gel, do those things. The O line, they're all back. They got their ass kicked last year, but they're together. Hope they can't be worse than last year. They're talented kids. They're now another year together. They have to improve. They've got a running back now, Rasul Faison, transfer, who's good. They got a couple of young kids as well in there. They got Sellers. Hopefully, they don't rely on Sellers too much to run the ball. He's going to get hurt. The receiving core is better. The offense is better this year. The offense will be much better than this year, but it won't. The defense was elite last year, elite level defense last year. Um, how close they can get to that level will determine how good they're going to be. Hopefully, if the offense improves by 20% and the defense decreases by 20%, then I think the Gamecocks will be in good shape. What I'm worried about is the offense improves by 10%, the defense slides back by 30%, and all of a sudden you're looking at 6-6 and praying for a damn bowl game. So I don't know yet on the Gamecocks. I'm excited about the year. I'm excited about the season, but I don't want to be too crowful on that. Notre Dame, Miami. I like Miami here. Hurricanes are good. Hurricanes are good. I like Notre Dame a lot too. I think Notre Dame is another sleeper. I think Notre Dame's going to lose this game and be in the playoffs. I think Notre Dame's going to lose this game and maybe run the table. They might be in the title game. It could be Notre Dame, Michigan in the title game. I like Notre Dame. Their freshman quarterback can throw the ball downfield, unlike Riley Leonard last year. He can throw the ball downfield. He can stretch the defense, and they have a great running game, a great offensive line. Okay, doing so. Um, in this game here, it's his first start. Okay, that's an issue right there. Miami is really talented. They have a lot of talent in the secondary, um, and I think they can control Notre Dame's running game a little bit to the point where it makes things difficult. And I think the Hurricanes are for real. This is the best team they've had in 2 decades. I don't think they're going to win the national title. I think they're going to be a playoff team. I think they can win the ACC as well. So I think Miami wins this game. I'm going to take Miami here minus 2.5. We're going to lay that down on there, and then good game on Sunday night to cap off the weekend. I like um, Miami here, but I like Notre Dame long term, if that makes sense. So it wouldn't shock me if Notre Dame won this game. I just don't think, I think they're going to be conservative. I think they're going to let Carr try to get his feet wet, and I think that will maybe cost them a little bit. I think Miami wins this game by a touchdown, maybe a late field goal. That 2.5 is nice. I can see them kicking a field goal late. I think it's a really, really good game. A really good game. And I think it's also a low scoring game too. So I'm going to take the under as well. I forgot about that. I'm going under as well on the 49.5. I think this game is 21. I think it's 21-17, 20-17, in that realm right there. Um, and so that's my pick there. So those are my picks right there. We're going to go 100 on all these bad boys. We like doing the hundreds because hundreds just make it easy. We do those things. We're going hundies on all these right here. Um, there it is. There's our picks. So we've got, let's do a review real quick. If you can see my screen, we got USF Thursday night first game of the day +6, UNLV -9. Man, it pains me to take UNLV after watching what I watch. It's a betting principle though. It's the betting principle. Mississippi State's horrible too, but it's the betting principle on that one. They're horrible. God, they're horrible. FSU once again. Who's taking FSU plus 13.5? I mean, who wants to take FSU? Did you watch them last year? I want to take them. That's how you gamble in this thing. You got to take teams that you say, God damn, how the hell? Because that's what you do. UTSA, I like them plus 24.5. Too many points for UTSA. They're going to battle all game long. Michigan -35. I'm high on the Wolverines. I'm high on the maize and blue. USC, I like them a lot. They're playing a horrible team that's not going to score. Utah, very good team, -6. UCLA, I think is a shit show still. I'll take that there. Miami Notre Dame, two good games. I think it's the best game of the weekend. Slugfest, defensive game. Hurricanes win by a field goal, 4 points in that range right there. That is what I'm doing. Let's track these bad boys. Let's track them. Let's track them. Let's get them on the record. There they go. There they go. They're in there. They're in there. All right. Once again, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for reaching out. And thanks for being college football fans. Thanks for being degenerates. I'll be back next week at some point and giving my NFL future picks, division picks. I've got picks for the conferences, my Super Bowl pick. And then, of course, NFL season coming up the following week. We'll have NFL picks, have college football picks. I'll try doing all the picks together for college football and all the picks for NFL for the week, but I may jump on, you know, once in a while and do a video if there's a certain game that pops up that I did not pick that I want to kind of get out there. So those are my picks for the week. Happy betting, happy gambling, happy college football season. It's back. It's here. Oh, it's a wonderful time to be alive. Have a great night. Have a great day. Until next time, see ya.